Hello everyone, it's me Sanjay Vasu back again for another video. This time I'm doing it on Cambridge IGCSE Mathematics for Paper 2 Extended October/November 2021. By the way, this is also the second variant of this paper. Let's start. Question 1. The temperature at midnight is negative 8.5 degrees Celsius. Temperature at 11 a.m. is minus 1 degree Celsius. Work out the difference between the temperature at midnight and the temperature at 11 a.m. That would be minus 1 minus 8.5, which is equal to 7.5 degrees Celsius difference. That's the answer. Question 2. The stem and leaf diagram shows the age in years of each of 15 women. Complete these statements. The modal age is dash. The modal age means the mode of the ages. That would be 41 because it's repeated twice and there's no others repeated twice or more. So 41. The median age is the middle number, right? So you can use the traditional crossing out method. Smallest, largest, and continue like that until we get to 43. There's the tens digit, there's the first digit, by the way, or the units digit, so 43. The percentage of women that are older than 51 years old is dash percent. Let's remove these to see the numbers clearer. We can see that older than 51 are 52, 53, and 58. So that's 3 out of a total of 15 women, which is 1 by 5, 20%. That's the answer. Question 3. Change 2.15 hours into minutes. 1 hour equals 60 minutes, right? So 2.15 hours equals 60 into 2.15, which is equal to 135 minutes. That's the answer. Question 4. Triangle ABC and triangle ACD are isosceles. Angle DAB is equal to 86 degrees and angle ADC is equal to 58 degrees. Find the value of x. So since this is an isosceles triangle, this angle and this angle are equal. So this is 58 degrees. Angle ACD equals 58 degrees. Next, we can find out angle CAD. So angle CAD will be 180 minus 58 because the two angles are 58 degrees. That will be 64 degrees. So I'll just label that. This is 64 degrees. That means angle BAC, or this angle over here, is equal to 86 minus 64, which is equal to 22 degrees. I'll just label that. Now, x degrees will be equal to, two of these are equal because isosceles triangle, right? So 2 of this will be 180 minus this angle, 22 degrees. So x will be 180 minus 22 divided by 2, which is equal to 158 by 2, and that will be equal to 79 degrees. That's the answer. Question 5. Angelique rents a room for a party. The cost of renting the room is $15.50 for the first hour, and then $7.25 for each additional hour. She pays $95.25 in total. Work out the total number of hours she rents the room for. So first, let's make a formula for this. So let's say H is equal to the number of hours, and then C is equal to total cost. So for the first hour only, it's $15.50. So C will be equal to $15.50 plus $7.25 for each additional hour, which means excluding the first hour. That's why we do into H minus 1. So we can simplify this as 7.25H plus, because 7.25 into minus 1 is negative 7.25, and we add 15.50 as well. So when we do that, it's 8.25. And now, in this case, C will be equal to 95.25, right, in dollars. So that means 7.25H will be equal to 95.25 minus 8.25, which is $87. So H will be equal to 87 by 7.25, which will be equal to, let's get our calculator out, There we are. 87 divided by 7.25. That'll be 12 hours. That's the answer, 12 hours. You can also plug in the value into the equation and just check it. It'll be correct. Let's go to question number 6. Without using a calculator, work out 1 by 3 divided by 7 by 6 plus 1 by 5. You must show all your working and give your answer as a fraction in simplest form. So 1 by 3 divided by 7 by 6 is equal to 1 by 3 into 6 by 7, which is equal to, cancelling out, 2 by 7. And now 2 by 7 plus 1 by 5, that will equal to 10 by 35 plus 7 by 35, which is 17 by 35. That's the answer. By the way, how do we get 10 by 35? Simply multiplying this fraction by the denominator of the other one, and multiplying this fraction by the denominator of the other one on both sides. That'll make 10 by 35 and 7 by 35. Adding them is 17 by 35. Question 7. KG has 5 white flowers, X red flowers, and 2X plus 1 yellow flowers. She picks a flower at random. The probability that's white is 1 by 12. Find the probability that's yellow. So the probability of white is 1 by 12. So the total number of flowers will be 5 divided by 1 by 12. 5 into 12, which is equal to 60 flowers. Now, 60 is the total number. That will be 5 plus x plus 2x plus 1, because that is the only amount of flowers which she has. That will be equal to 3x plus 6. So 3x is equal to 60 minus 6, which is equal to 54. X equals 54 by 3, which is 18. So that's red flowers. Yellow will be 2 into 18 plus 1, which is equal to 37 if we did the math correctly. So the probability will be equal to 37 by 60. That is for picking a yellow color flower. That's the answer. Question 8. Calculate the fourth root of 39, 1 by 16. We can multiply 39 to 16 and add 1 to get an improper fraction. Let's get our calculator out. So 39 into 16, 624. Add 1, we get 625, right? So this is equal to the fourth root of 625 by 16. That will be fourth root of 625 by fourth root of 16. And in that case, it'll be equal to 5 by 2, or you can write that as 2.5. That's the answer. Question 9. 2.1 to 10 to the power minus 1, 0.2 with a dot on top of it, which indicates recurring, 22%, root 0.2, 24 by 1000. Write these values in order of size, starting with the smallest. 2.1 to 10 to the power minus 1 is 0.21. 0.2 with the dot will be 0.2222, goes on. 22% is 0.22. Root 0.2 is, let's get our calculator out, 0.2 square root. We get 0.45 to 2 decimal places. And then 24 by 1000 will be simply 0.024. So the smallest is 0.004, or 24 by 1000 as given. Next is 0.21, which is 2.1 to 10 to the power minus 1. Next is 0.22, which is 22% as given. Next is 0.2 with the dot, which is 0.22222, and yeah, we just write it like that as given in the question. And the largest is root 0.2, which is 0.45, much larger than the others. That's the answer. Question 10. The interior angle of a regular polygon is 156. Work out the number of sides of this polygon. So the exterior angle is equal to 180 minus interior angle, which is equal to, in this case, 180 minus 156, 24 degrees. So n, which is number of sides, 360 by exterior angle, which is equal to 360 by 24, which is 15 sides. That's the answer. Question 11. A car starts its journey by accelerating from west at a constant rate of 0.7 meters per second squared for 20 seconds before reaching a constant speed of 14 meters per second. It then travels at 14 meters per second for a distance of 210 meters. The car then decelerates at a constant rate of 1.4 meters per second squared before coming to a stop. On the grid, complete the speed time graph for the car's journey. So it reaches a speed of 14 meters per second that is given over here. After that, it travels at 14 meters per second, a distance of 210 meters. And that means how much time does it take? Speed equals distance by time, right? So time will be equal to distance by speed. So this distance is 210 and speed is 14. So time will be 210 by 14, which is equal to 15 seconds. We can draw a straight line like that, indicating constant speed to 35. We can check it like that. Now, the car then decelerates at a constant speed of 1.4 meters per second squared. We know that speed is equal to acceleration into time. That means time is equal to speed by acceleration. So time will be equal to speed, which is 14 meters per second, by rate of acceleration, which is 1.4 meters per second squared. In this case, it's deceleration, but that means that we'll find the rate of deceleration, or the amount of time at which it decelerates. So that will be equal to 10 seconds. So you can draw a sloping line which goes 10 seconds before coming to a stop, like that. Because at 45 seconds, it has to come to a stop. So we have 2 points, draw a line using a ruler to make it get there. Just a minute, this line looks a bit off, so I'm going to just pull this a bit. Yeah, now it's correct. So this is supposed to be a speed time graph. That's the answer. Question 12. The table shows the first 5 terms of sequences A, B, and C. Complete the table to show the nth term of each sequence. For sequence A, 8 minus 5 is 3, minus 5 is minus 2, minus 5 minus 7, minus 5 minus 12. The constant term-to-term rule is subtract 5. So that means the coefficient of the nth term will be minus 5. So minus 5n. And now, if we have n equals 1, minus 5n will be equal to minus 5. But over here, it's 8. So you have to add 13 to the term to get 8. We can also write this as 13 minus 5n. You can check with any of the other terms over here. It will be correct. Sequence B now. 2, and then 3 by 2, 4 by 3, 5 by 4, 6 by 5. 2 can be written as 2 by 1, right? Now the numerator, add 1. Denominator, also add 1 for every single term. Now, the first term, numerator is 2, which is 1 plus 1. And the denominator is 1, which is the n itself. So, we can write this as n plus 1 by n. For second term also, n is equal to 2. 2 plus 1 will be equal to 3. And n is simply 2, so the denominator is 2. It's correct. You can check for the other 3 terms also. It's correct. Sequence C now. Half, 1, 2, 4, 8. Half is always written as 1 by 2. We can write 1 as 2 by 2, 2 as 4 by 2, 4 as 8 by 2, and 8 as 16 by 2, right? Now, what's the pattern in the numerators, since the denominator is always 2? So in the numerator, it's always multiplying by 2. Or in other words, the full fraction is multiplying by 2. But well, we can't write multiplying by 2 as an nth term. So writing as nth term, we need to have in powers of 2. 1 is 2 to the power of 0. 2 is 2 to the power of 1. 4 is 2 squared. 8 is 2 cubed. 16 is 2 to the 4th. So 2 to the power of 0, that's the one for the first term. And 0 is equal to 1 minus 1. 2 to the power of 1. 1 is equal to 2 minus 1. And that's the n, right? So we finally found the equation, or the nth term. So that would be 2 to the power of n minus 1 by 2. But well, we can actually simplify this even more because this 2 is also 2 to the power of 1, right? And now dividing using the same base will be just subtracting the powers. So this can be written as 2 to the power of n minus 2. So this is the final nth term. That's the answer. Question 13, A. Write 243 into 27 to the power 2n, a single power of 3 in terms of n. 243 is 3 to the power of 5. And multiply by 27 to the power 2n, which is 3 to the power of 3 into 2n. That'll be 3 to the power of 5 into 3 to the power of 6n. That'll be 3 to the power of 6n plus 5. And that is our answer. Now, for part B, k is equal to 2 into 3 squared into p cubed, where p is a prime number greater than 3. Write 6k squared as a product of prime factors in terms of p. So k squared will be equal to 2 into 3 squared into p cubed, the whole squared, right? That will be equal to 2 squared into 3 to the power of 4 into p to the power of 6, right? Now 6k squared will be equal to 2 into 3 into k squared, right? Converting to prime factors. So that will be equal to 2 cubed, as we multiply by 1 more 2, multiplied by 3 to the power of 5, as we multiply by 1 more 3, multiplied by p to the power of 6. There's no more p's. So this is the answer. 2 cubed into 3 to the power of 5 into p to the power of 6. Let's go to question 14. P, Q, and R are points on a circle. SD is the tangent to the circle at R. A. Write down the value of x degrees. Give a geometrical reason for your answer. Well, we can see that because of this chord, the circle is divided into 2 segments, right? And the tangent makes an angle with this chord over here. That's x. And well, the angle in the alternate segment is 55 degrees, which is the other segment where the angle is. Also, this angle touches the circumference furthest away from x. So that means x is equal to 55 degrees because angle QPR is equal to angle x due to alternate segment theorem. That's the answer. B. Another tangent from the point S touches the circle at V. So V is a point which is now given over here, but the tangent starts at point S. Give a geometrical reason why triangle SVR is isosceles. So a tangent starting from the point S in another direction will go in this direction. That's the only other way for it to go. It'll touch at this point, which we can call point V as given. Now, how do we say that the triangle SVR over here is isosceles? This one, right there. Well, because there's a point S and 2 tangents are being drawn from there, this angle will be 90 degrees. That's a circle geometry theorem like that. And next, these 2 points, which form the side VR, are the same distance from S, because they're the same distance from the radius. And since they make a 90-degree angle with the radius, that means this will be a square, right? This full shape. And the distance from the center O to S will be the same as distance VR. So this forms a square. And that's why this will be an isosceles triangle. So you can write, let's mark this point as O, or the center. So shape OVSR is a square, as OV equals OR, and therefore SV equals SR, and OS equals VR. Since SV equals SR, triangle SVR is isosceles. That's the answer. Question 15. A is the point 3, 16, and B is the point 8, 31. Find the equation of the line that passes through A and B. Give your answer in the form y equals mx plus c. So we can find m. M will be equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. This is a formula. So let's take this as 0.2 and this is 0.1. So y of 0.2 will be 31 minus y of 0.1, 16 by x of 0.2, which is 8, minus x of 0.1, which is 3. So 15 by 5, which is 3. That's the gradient, or m. Now to find c, we just take any one point, a or b. I'll be taking a, and plug in the values of x and y, and also plug in the value of m. Substitute these values in. So that means 16 is equal to 3 into 3 plus c. 16 equals 9 plus c, and that means c will be equal to 16 minus 9, 7. So we found c, and we found m, so y equals 3x plus 7. That's the answer. B. The line CD has the equation y equals 0.5x minus 11. Find the gradient, only the gradient, of a line that's perpendicular to the line CD. Well, the gradient of any line which is perpendicular to another line, the gradient of that line, or let's say the m of that line, will be minus 1 by m0, or the gradient of the first line, in this case 0.5. So we can substitute that, minus 1 by 0.5, which is equal to minus 1 by 1 by 2 minus 2. That's the answer. Question 16. Sachin picks a number at random from the first three multiples of 3. He then picks a number at random from the first three prime numbers. He adds the two numbers to find the score. A. Complete the table. So the first three multiples of 3 are 3, 6, and 9. The first three prime numbers are 2, 3, and 5. Now adding these up, we get all these scores. We get 8 here, 8 here, 9 here, 11 here, 12 here, and 14 here. That's the answer. B. Given that the score is even, find the probability that one of the numbers he picks is 9. So if the score is even, that's already given, that means it has to be even. So that means we can cancel out all the odd scores for now. Now we have all the even scores over here. You cannot count these because they're not scores, they're just some of the numbers picked. Now, probability that one of the numbers he picks is 9. So we have picking 9 over here, we get 2 of these scores. And the other 3 are not from picking 9. So that means the probability will be 2 out of a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 scores, which are even. That's the answer. Question 17. Solve 5x minus 3 into 2x plus 7 equals 0. That means 5x minus 3 will be equal to 0, or 2x plus 7 equals 0. That means 5x equals 3, or 2x equals minus 7. X equals 3 by 5, or x equals minus 7 by 2. We can write this as decimals also. X equals 0.6, or x equals minus 3.5. That's the answer. Question 18. Solve the simultaneous equations. You must show all your working. Y equals x squared minus 9x plus 21. Y equals 2x minus 3. Because both of them have y as the subject, that means we can equate these two. X squared minus 9x plus 21 equals 2x minus 3. We can bring this to the other side. Now, x squared minus 11x, because minus 9x minus 2x combined, plus 24 equals 0. Now I need to find two numbers that multiply to 24 and add up to minus 11. And there's only one combination of numbers. That'll be, first let's make these brackets. The two numbers will fit in over here. So the ways of multiplying numbers to get 24. Since this is negative, we can only consider the negative ways. So minus 1 into minus 24, minus 2 into minus 12, minus 3 into minus 8, and minus 4 into minus 6. Out of this, only this one adds up to get 11. Minus 3 plus minus 8 is equal to minus 11. So that's correct there. So we can put minus 3 and minus 8 here. So that means x equals 3 or x equals 8. We found the x values now. Now for x equals 3, let's do that first. Over here we'll do x equals 3. for x equals 3, y equals 2 into 3 minus 3. So that means y is equal to 6 minus 3. That's equal to 3. How do we get this? Because let's just say that this is equation 1, this is equation 2. This we substitute into equation 2. We get y equals 2x minus 3, y equals 2 into 3, substituting x, minus 3. So y equals 6 minus 3, 3. That's what we got here. So that's for the first one, x equals 3, y equals 3. And now for x equals 8, substitute into the same equation again, because it's easier. So that means y equals 2 into 8 minus 3, y equals 16 minus 3, which is equal to 13. That's the answer. So x equals 3, y equals 3, and x equals 8, y equals 13. Question 19. In these Venn diagrams, shade the given regions. In this first one, A prime union of B prime. That means everything inside A prime and B prime. So what's A prime? That means everything outside A. So if we exclude A, that means this part is A prime, right? And for B prime, it's everything outside B. So that means the part which is all white is simply B prime. So if we combine A prime and B prime, A prime includes this part of B and the outer region, right? And B prime includes this part of A and the outer region, which means only this intersection is out, or like it is not going to be shaded if you want to represent that. So you have to shade everything except for that small intersection point in the middle of the two circles. And that's the answer for the first one. Now we go to the second one. C union D intersection of E prime. So C union D means everything inside C and D. Intersection of E prime, which means intersection of everything outside E. So we take out E, and then that means we are left with this part over here, which is the one which we need to shade. So let's just do that. And that's how you do it. That's the answer. Let's go to question 20. Question 20. We have three functions given to us. F of x equals 2 to the power x minus 3. G of x equals 2x minus 1. H of x equals 5 by x minus 4. A, find ff of 6. That will be equal to f of 6. That will be f of 2 to the power of 6 minus 3. That will be f of 2 to the power of 3, which is equal to 8. So f of 8. That would be equal to 2 to the power of 8 minus 3, 2 to the 5th power, which is 32. B, find g inverse of g of x plus 21. Well, if you do a function and then you do the inverse function, they can cancel out. So the answer will simply be x plus 21. Even if you did both of these, even you found the inverse function and you did it, at the end you will get x plus 21. And that's why they made this rule, so that you can save a lot of time and energy. C, find x when f of x equals h of 84. So h of 84 is equal to 5 by 84 minus 4, which is 5 by 80, which is equal to 1 by 16. And that will be equal to f of x. That means 2 to the power of x minus 3 equals 1 by 16. We can write 1 by 16 as 1 by 2 to the power of 4, which is equal to 2 to the power of minus 4. Since the base is equal, we can equate these two. X minus 3 equals minus 4, and x equals minus 1. That's the answer. Question 21. Expand and simplify x minus 3 the whole squared into 2x plus 5. So that will be, let's do the a minus b the whole squared formula. That's a squared plus b squared minus 2ab. So x squared minus 2ab, let's write that, minus 6x plus b squared, which is 9, and then the full thing into 2x plus 5. That will be equal to, multiplying out the brackets, 2x cubed plus 5x squared minus 12x squared minus 30x plus 18x plus 45. After we do all this, 2x cubed minus 7x squared minus 12x plus 45 is our final answer. Let's just write that here. That's the answer. Question 22. Solve the equation 7 sine x plus 2 equals 0 for 0 degrees less than equal to x less than equal to 360 degrees. That means 7 sine x is equal to minus 2. And sine x equals minus 2 by 7. That means x is equal to sine inverse of minus 2 by 7. Now finally we can get our calculator out. There we go. Minus 2 divided by 7. We get this. And now we do sine inverse to get minus 16.6. I mean, yeah, x equals minus 16.6 degrees to 1 decimal place. We cannot have negative angles though, right? Well, the sine graph is in the shape of a wave, like that. And if you go further down, that means x equals minus 16.6 will be somewhere over here. So that means the same value will come over here once again, but then with a different x. The sine of that will come here, which actually is simply 180, this point, plus 16.6. And then, of course, there will be one more value, which will be over here, which is simply 360 over here, minus 16.6, which is this length. So actually, x equals 180 plus 16.6, or 360 minus 16.6. That means x equals 196.6 degrees, or x equals 343.4 degrees. These are the only two values. That's the answer. Let's go to question 23. Simplify 3xy plus 36y minus 5x minus 60 by 2x squared minus 288. First, what we can do is factorize the first two terms, which will be 3xy plus 36y. So that can be written as 3y into x plus 12. And then we can take this minus 5 over here out as well. So minus 5 into x plus 12. Now we got these two, right? We'll combine them next step. First of all, we get 2 into x squared minus 144, factorizing the denominator. So that will be 3y minus 5 into x plus 12, whole thing by 2 into x plus 12 into x minus 12. How do we get that? Because this is in the form of a squared minus b squared. Because 144 is simply 12 squared. So that is a plus b into a minus b, which I've written over here, x plus 12 into x minus 12. So now we can cancel out the x plus 12s in the numerator and denominator. So that will be 3y minus 5 by 2 into x minus 12, which is 2x minus 24 in other words. That's the answer, the fully simplified version. And with that, I come to the end of the video. Please like this video, subscribe to our channel, share this video with your friends and family, and comment on how you think this video was. With that, it's me, Sanjay Vasu, signing out. Thank you. Bye.